Hey everyone, you've been strong for everyone else. You've been the shoulder, the helper, the fixer, the dependable one. But when was the last time you truly checked in with yourself? When was the last time you looked in the mirror not just to see a reflection, but to see your truth? The exhaustion behind your smile. The dreams buried under deadlines. The quiet ache of being needed but not truly known. The world claps for your hustle, but does it notice your hurt? You've poured yourself into everything and everyone, but what's left for you? The truth is, no one's coming to save you. No one's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, it's your turn now. You have to take your turn. You have to claim your space. You have to fight for your peace. This isn't about abandoning others. It's about choosing yourself finally, because when you rise, you lift everything with you. So let this be your moment. Not just another Monday. Not just another goal, but the day you decided to stop surviving for others. And start thriving for yourself. It's not selfish, it's survival. It's not dramatic, it's overdue. It's time to focus on you now, because the world needs the strongest, most authentic version of you, not the exhausted, invisible one. You don't change your life by accident. You change it by waking up to yourself. Most people are sleepwalking through life, caught in loops, routines, roles. They wake up, go through the motions, and fall asleep, never having touched the edge of who they really are. But you're not here to coast. You're here to awaken. Waking up to yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, raw and real. It starts with a whisper. This isn't working. It grows into a discomfort. This can't be all there is. And eventually it roars. I was made for more. You realize you've become an expert in fulfilling everyone else's expectations and a stranger to your own. You've lost yourself in the noise, in responsibilities, in the rush, in the roles you've been playing. But deep down, there's still a spark, a vision, a voice that says, I'm still in here. So pause. Strip away the titles: parent, partner, boss, employee. Who are you beneath them all? This is not a midlife crisis. This is a soul awakening. And yes, it's scary, because the moment you wake up, you can't unknow the truth. You can't go back to sleep. But it's also powerful, because now you can choose. Choose to live more deliberately. Choose what aligns. Choose what heals. Choose who stays and what must go. This is the chapter where you remember your name. The one you had before the world told you who to be. This is where your real life begins. Your energy is your currency. And you've been spending it everywhere, but on yourself. We give pieces of ourselves away daily, to toxic conversations, to impossible standards, to relationships that drain us. We stretch ourselves thin until there's nothing left, not for dreams, not for rest, not for healing, reclaiming. Your energy isn't just about saying no to others. It's about saying yes to your peace. Your energy isn't infinite, but it is renewable. When you set boundaries, protect your time, and guard your mind, you begin to refill your power. Ask yourself, what drains me? Who drains me? And most importantly, why do I keep allowing it? Start cutting the cords, not with bitterness, but with boundaries, not with anger, but with alignment. Give your best to what gives back. Reserve your strength for what helps you grow. Reclaim your mornings, reclaim your focus, reclaim your weekends, reclaim your joy. These are not luxuries, these are necessities for a purpose-driven life. If you truly want to change your life, protect the energy that fuels it. It's not selfish, it's sacred. Saying no isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's a path back to yourself. Every time you say yes to things that don't serve you, you're saying no to something that does. Your time is limited. Your emotional capacity is not endless. You cannot pour from an empty soul. Yet we say yes out of fear. Fear of judgment, of disappointing others, of being misunderstood. But ask yourself, is your peace worth their approval? Saying no doesn't make you rude, it makes you honest. And honesty is the highest form of self-respect. You are allowed to protect your energy, to choose yourself, to not explain your every boundary. Start small. Say no to plans that drain you, to habits that numb you, to people who only show up when it's convenient. Let go of the guilt. You are not here to be everyone's emergency contact. You are not here to shrink for someone else's comfort. Every no to them is a deeper yes to you, and the silence is your power. We live in a world that's louder than ever. Our minds are hijacked by headlines, social feeds, the opinions of strangers, and the expectations of the world. But how can you hear your intuition when your life is drowning in noise? Kill the noise. Turn off the background commentary. Mute the notifications. Unplug from the chaos and reconnect with your clarity. Silence isn't absence, it's access. It's how you hear your heart speak. It's where you remember who you are. Create space daily. Wake up 15 minutes earlier to sit in stillness. Journal your raw thoughts. Take walks without your phone. Reconnect with the world within. The answers you seek, they're not out there, they're in you, but they whisper. So quiet the world long enough to listen. This isn't about being unreachable. It's about being unshakable. You are not the story you were told. You are not the labels they gave you. You are not your failures or your fears. You are the author now. Maybe you were raised in limitation. Maybe you were taught to survive, not thrive. Maybe you've made mistakes, big ones, but none of that defines what comes next. That's your decision, so grab the pen, rewrite the narrative. Stop saying I've always been this way. Start saying I'm building a new way. Use your past as fuel, not a prison. Every chapter of pain made you wiser. Every setback refined your strength. Write a story of resilience, of comeback, of healing. Let the world be shocked at who you become and let yourself be proud. This isn't fiction, this is your freedom. Motivation is fleeting. What you need is a flame. That fire inside you, it comes from purpose, not praise. It doesn't burn bright every day. Some days it barely flickers, but it never goes out unless you stop feeding it. You will lit daily, through movement, through reading, through disciplined action, through feeding your mind more than you feed your doubts. Even small steps count. 5 minutes of writing, one healthy choice, a hard conversation. These are logs on your fire. Keep stacking them. Burn for your vision. Let that flame light the way when no one else believes. When you show up consistently, tired, afraid, uncertain, you prove to yourself that you're serious, and once you believe in you, no one can take that fire away. The path to greatness isn't paved in comfort, it's paved in discomfort, discipline, and delay. Struggle doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're forming. Every season of confusion, every moment of doubt, every time you want to quit, that's where your strength is being forged. Pain has a purpose. It shows you what needs healing. It reveals your capacity. It breaks the illusions of who you're not and introduces you to who you could be. You're not weak because you cry. You're not broken because you feel lost. You are becoming, and becoming is never easy, but it's always worth it. Hold on. The weight won't last forever. The wound will one day be a scar. And that scar will be your badge, not of pain, but of power. Trust the process, even when you can't see the outcome. Because pressure doesn't crush diamonds, it creates them. Everyone wants the transformation. Few want the daily commitment it takes to build it. But this is how you win. Brick by brick. Every disciplined morning, every honest conversation, every boundary honored, every workout, journal entry, lesson learned, these are your bricks. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep showing up. Progress is messy. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll want to quit. But both days count. Momentum is built through motion, not perfection. Trust your process. Keep building, because the life you won't stumble into it. You'll construct it. With effort, with patience, with perseverance. One brick at a time. What if the reason you feel stuck isn't because of what's missing, but because of what you're holding on to? Some people can't grow because they're too loyal to their limitations. Still clinging to the old version of themselves. Still tied to toxic patterns, dead-end relationships, and worn-out narratives. Let it go. Cut the habits that numb you. Cut the friendships that shrink you. Cut the environments that drain you. Not with cruelty, but with clarity. Healing often begins with subtraction. You can't bloom in contaminated soil. It's not about abandoning others, it's about choosing you. Releasing what hurts you doesn't make you heartless. It makes you whole. Set yourself free so you can finally breathe again. Stop shrinking to fit into places that no longer match your spirit. Stop waiting for someone to crown you worthy. You are the standard now. When you walk into a room, walk in like you belong, because you do. When you speak your truth, do it with conviction, because it matters. When you move with purpose, because you're not here to coast, you're here to lead. Being the standard means showing up even when no one's watching. Doing the right thing even when no one claps. Setting the tone, not following the trends. Raise the bar in your health, in your mindset, in your habits. When you raise your own standard, you'll stop settling for things that don't serve it. Excellence becomes your new normal, and mediocrity can't survive in your atmosphere. Be the example, be the leader, be the light. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way you live your life. What are you saying inside your mind? Do your thoughts empower you or sabotage you? Because if your inner voice is always criticizing, doubting, fearing, how can your actions ever feel courageous? It's time to detox that voice. You were not born doubting yourself. You were conditioned into it. Conditioned by comparisons, by rejection, by what someone once said in a moment of their own pain. But you can rewrite that voice. Catch your negative self-talk, replace it with truth. Speak to yourself like someone you love. I'm trying, I'm growing, I'm not there yet, but I will be. You can't build a powerful life with poisonous thoughts. Clean your mind like you clean your room. Declutter the lies. Make space for belief. When your inner voice becomes your biggest ally, nothing can stop you. How you start your day sets the tone for your entire life. The first hour after you wake up is a launch pad. Are you launching with peace, power, purpose, or panic, pressure, and distraction? Create a morning ritual that reflects the life you want. Wake up early, not to hustle blindly, but to center yourself. Meditate, read, journal, move your body, drink water, breathe. Don't check your phone, check your focus. Feed your spirit before you feed your inbox. You don't need 3 hours. You need intention. Successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on rhythm. And the morning is the most sacred rhythm you'll ever set. Master it, and you'll master your days. Master your days, and you'll master your future. You constantly dream of vacations, weekends, or getting away. Maybe it's time to build a life you don't want to escape from. That doesn't mean perfection. It means alignment. Align your habits with your peace. Align your work with your purpose. Align your relationships with your values. Don't live for temporary highs while tolerating a daily low. Create small joys in your day. Make room for passions. Redefine success as freedom, not just hustle. You deserve a life that feels good on the inside, not just looks good on the outside. It won't happen all at once, but every aligned choice brings you one step closer to a life that feels like home. You're not here to escape. You're here to evolve. This is the moment, not tomorrow. Not when things calm down. Not when the timing is perfect. Now that's shown up for everyone else. You've been the backbone, the giver, the strong one, but now it's time to show up for you. Your dreams are not silly. Your boundaries are not selfish. Your healing is not optional. Start small. Speak kindly to yourself. Reconnect with your purpose. Reignite your passion. Rebuild your confidence. Reclaim your worth. That this is not the end of the road. This is the beginning of a bold, new path, one where you are the priority. Because when you focus on you, your peace returns, your power grows, your life expands, and one day you'll look back and say, that was the day everything changed, because you decided to stop existing for others and start living for yourself. It's time to focus on you now.